Hey guys, Mustang here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so yesterday we got the August producer letter for Global, which of course revealed that TEQ UI Goku is coming next to Global version of the game. I did a video talking about this. We watched the producer letter on stream. Shout out to everyone who was there. And there's been a lot of talk about this and what's going on Global at the moment. We talked about it on the podcast last night. And there's just a lot going on. So one of the big questions I've seen a lot of people asking, and a lot of the speculation has been largely focused around when is UI Goku coming out. And for those of us who are in a similar situation to me, right, where I kind of just went all in on the part 2 banners trying to get the Gammas. I got Beast Gohan nice and early, but the Gammas banner was not kind to me, so I used quite a lot of stones, still didn't end up pulling them. And so a lot of people are in this situation now where we're kind of tapped out from the part 2 banners, and the question is, like, how can I get more stones between now and when UI Goku releases? Now, we did see today over on Twitter, the Global posted the details for UI Goku and for the banner unit Dispo. Now, usually when that stuff appears on Twitter, it appears like 2 days before the stuff comes out in the game. But the thing that I found a bit surprising and potentially confusing even is that usually 2 days before the stuff comes out in the game, we also get the teaser in the in-game news. So we should have seen the thing with the, it would have been like an image of UI Goku and then like a new stage of a Dokkan event is coming soon, like that little teaser that they put in the news. That normally appears in the news 48 hours before the event comes out, and obviously the event comes out when the unit comes out, right, because you need the medals to awaken them. So when I didn't see that in the news this morning, I started to wonder, like, when are they actually going to release him? But then we saw the details posted on Twitter. Also, shout out to the Global intern, another classic Global social media fail. They posted the all the stuff for Goku they posted was fine, but then they posted the tweet about Topo, about Dispo, the banner unit, and obviously the language of the tweet itself was in English, as it always is. Like, check out the upcoming stats and abilities of, you know, Dispo, whatever his full character name is. And then the screenshots they posted were from the version of the Global that was obviously set in French. So all of the screenshots were in French, so you couldn't actually read what he does unless you can read French, obviously. So kind of funny that they made the announcement tweet for the unit and all their abilities in a language that a majority of the people who will have checked that tweet or checked out the Twitter account to see the details can't actually read. And as far as I know, at the time of recording, that tweet was posted like 4 hours ago and they still haven't taken it down and replaced it with an English one. Or even if they just kept it up for the French audience, just made a new tweet with the actual English screenshots. But they haven't done that yet either. So anyway, that means that we are hopefully going to be finding out what's going on beginning of next week. If the Twitter stuff is out today, like I said, that usually means 2 days, but the teaser for the in-game wasn't there, which does make me question that a little bit. Maybe we see a teaser in the in-game news tomorrow morning, and then that means that the unit potentially comes out on Tuesday, because at time of recording, it's Saturday the 3rd. If it had appeared in the news this morning, for me, UK time, the banners come out at 7:30, basically the same time they tweeted out the unit details. That means the banner would have been out on the morning of Monday the 5th, which is very early in the morning Eastern time or very late in the evening on Sunday the 4th for Pacific time. So I'm thinking now that maybe it is going to be Tuesday the 6th because we haven't seen that in-game teaser. If we see the in-game teaser tomorrow morning, then I would say that that pretty much confirms the banner is out on Tuesday the 6th, which would make sense because then that's late Monday evening for PST rather than being late on a Sunday evening. So I'm not sure. But the big question, of course, on a lot of people's minds is, how am I going to get more stones between now and the release of UI Goku? And unfortunately, there's definitely not going to be a lot of stones available before he releases. However, we are going to be getting a few stones around the time of his release. So this is the information for the celebration for part 3 that was posted the other day when all of this new stuff came out for the part 3 events. Most of this stuff I imagine you guys would have done already, or at least as much as you can, like the missions for the Blue Zone and the 9th anniversary battle and all that kind of stuff. But then the important thing is, as we get down to here, so we got a bunch of events that come out on Monday. So we get new super missions. These will just be a couple of stones and titles for beating the stages of the newer events. But then we have a couple of these things here all dropping on Monday. It's these 3 events specifically. So we have the Superheroes New Determination. Now this is just a link level stage. So it's only 1 stage. You get 1 stone for beating it for the first time. And then there are missions for beating it multiple times. But because it's a once per day thing, obviously you'll be able to beat it once, get the mission completed for beating it 1 time. But then you won't be able to have this mission done, or this one obviously, until more days have passed. So if UI Goku is coming out on Monday or Tuesday, you won't have even been able to do the 4 times mission. So only a couple of stones available from this one. And then the other event is the movie boss Red Zone Boss Rush finally coming out. So stage 8 of the movie boss rush, you can see it doesn't show all the details on here because we haven't had the full thing. Like, it doesn't even have the updated banner image yet, but you can see here there are a bunch of missions. So stage 8 is the actual boss rush. So by beating it 1 time you get 5 stones, and you also get medals to Easy A, that movie heroes support memory. Then we get beating it under special conditions. There are a couple of missions here. So we have beat the stage with 6 movie heroes characters. That gives you 5 stones. And then beat the stage with 4 movie bosses gives you 5 stones. And then beating all of the missions. So this does include 1 to 8. So you have to have done all the previous ones, which I imagine most people would have done by this point, right? Because the movie bosses Red Zone has been out since the 7th anniversary, but that gives you another 5 stones and the final medals to Easy A, that support memory. So just from the missions alone you get 20 stones, and then you get 1 for beating it for the first time, so that's 21. And then obviously a couple from the support memory one. We're only still talking about 25 here so far. Then we have the Cell Max finally getting stage 2. So again, this one hasn't been updated with the extra like art or anything yet, but you can see missions relating to stage 2 are in the data. So beat the stage once, that gives you 9 stones, and the wallpaper that we currently have as the title screen with Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, the Gammas, Cell Max in the background. And then of course we also have missions for categories and stuff as well. So beat the event with a Super AGL, Super Tech, Super Int, Super Physical and Super STR is 9 stones, and then beat the stage with an extreme unit of each typing is 9 stones as well. And then beat the stage within 6 turns is also 9 stones. So that's 36 stones in total from the missions, as well as 1 for obviously beating the stage for the first time. So that's 37. So far we are looking at about 60 stones from the missions that will release on Monday, if you are able to do all of those. Now, the big thing is going to be this, right? The maximum thank you thing. The maximum thank you gift. This is coming out on Thursday morning. So if UI Goku does drop on Monday or Tuesday or even Wednesday, we won't get these stones before his banner comes out. But if you only have to wait a day or 2 to get some extra stones, then obviously not the end of the world. Now this maximum thanks thing, very interested to see what this is going to be, because they have never done something like this before, as far as I know, where they've announced the like thank you reward thing in the news ahead of time. Usually this is something we get towards the end of the anniversary every year anyway, where we usually get a bunch of stones for free and it just says like, you know, thank you for supporting Dokkan during the anniversary or something like that. But they don't normally announce it ahead of time in the news. Now, I'm hopeful that the reason they have done that is because it lets people know that like, hey, you know, we're dropping this extra banner, but a bunch of extra stones are coming your way. So I think in the past this has been something like 50 or even 100 stones. I of course don't want people to get their hopes up too much and then potentially be disappointed, but I could see this being 100 stones or potentially even more, because they are dropping this extra banner as well. But obviously that remains to be seen. Hey, it could just be 30 stones at the end of the day, I don't know. But it's going to be some free extra stones, although based on when we think Goku is going to come out, we will get these stones after his banner has released. But I mean, that's the thing, right? If you pull him with the stones you get from this maximum thank you thing, waiting a couple of days is certainly not the end of the world. And then other stuff coming out on the 8th, we have these 3 Easy A's. So remember, LR Easy A's give you 33 stones for beating all 10 stages. So this is 99 stones from doing these 3 easy A's. And the Beerus event does come back as well with a new stage, which is the one where you farm the skill orbs. Obviously, for people who weren't able to LR their Beerus and get the last of their tickets, you will be able to do that. And the thing is, even if that's just the 1 stage, that's 1 stone you get for beating it. So that's 100 stones of events right there, dropping on the 8th, as well as however many we get from this maximum thank you banner. So in terms of how many stones are we getting before UI Goku drops, from the events, if we combine all the missions and stuff from these, we are only really looking at around, what was I say, like 60 odd stones, and then you take into account your daily login bonus and the missions for each day, you could get roughly up to 100 stones. Obviously, if you haven't finished any of these missions for things like the blue zone, the anniversary event, stuff like that, do try and make sure you get as much of that done as possible and add those stones to your total. But we are really only talking around 100 at most before UI Goku drops, unless he does drop. If they push it all the way till Thursday and then he drops on the same day as all of this content, then obviously, like we said, that's another at least 100 stones just from here. And then it depends what this is going to be. So if this is 100 stones as well, basically 200 stones worth of stuff dropping on Thursday is definitely going to be very, very nice. And obviously, we don't know what's in store for UI Goku's banner. I'm going to do a separate video about that because I feel like his banner lineup pretty much has to change based on the way it looked on JP. Maybe we'll get some sort of special, like maybe it'll be 3+1. Maybe we'll even get the format from part 1 of the anniversary with the 3 multis, then a free one, and then 3 multis, and the 3rd one is guaranteed featured with discounts all along the way. Who knows? That remains to be seen. We probably will find that out when we get the data download, which that also could be tomorrow morning. So stay tuned and I will keep you guys updated with news as much as I can as and when it comes out. But yeah, unfortunately, if you are someone like me who has very few stones right now, probably only going to get about another 100 before Goku drops, but then there are another couple of 100 coming, you know, a few days after, unless they do drop him on Thursday, and then it'll be same day. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Are you going to be summoning for Goku? Are you tapped out on stones? Let me know all your thoughts about UI Goku coming early to global and what kind of position you're in terms of summoning for him down below in the comments. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out all the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.